Hi everyone, so today we're going to look at this poem right here called Surprise by Jean Little. If you just take a quick look at the poem, you'll notice that there are only two stanzas. Here's one stanza, and here's the second stanza, and each stanza is only 2 lines, so it'll be really quick. What we're looking for is something called figurative language, and if you can make sure that you have your figurative language cheat sheet sitting right next to you to help you out. And the type of figurative language that we're going to start off with is called a simile. And a simile is when we compare two unlike things. So two things that are different, we're going to compare those, and it's going to have the words like or as in a simile. Okay, so we always want to keep our eyes open for like or as. So here we go, let's take a look at it. The first stanza says, I feel like the ground in winter, hard, cold, dark, dead, unyielding. Then hope pokes through me like a crocus. So I read the poem once, and now I'm going to read it one more time and really look for the word like, because I'm looking for similes. I feel like the ground in winter. So right here is a simile. So I'm going to underline it, and I'm going to label it simile. And to help me out, I'm going to circle the two things that are compared. I, so the narrator of this poem, and they feel like the ground in winter. So the person, the narrator, is comparing themselves to the ground in winter. And then I notice in the next line it just gives adjectives to describe the ground in winter. Hard, cold, dark, dead, unyielding. So I know that this person, the narrator, is feeling really down or depressed. We can use a vocab word from the last story that we read. All right, so now the next stanza, then hope pokes through me like a crocus. So I see that word like again. All right, so is this a simile? Are the two things being compared? Hope pokes through me. So the person is feeling hope, and hope pokes through like a crocus. So there's another simile. And I wasn't sure what a crocus was, so I looked it up. And just on Google Images, I saw that a crocus is a flower. So I'm going to draw a picture of a flower. And the flower is equal to hope. So the person now is feeling some hope. So obviously this person was feeling depressed in the first stanza. Something bad must be going on in their life. And then hope pokes through like a crocus. And I really like this. Kind of connects to how some of us are probably feeling right now, because our winter has been so long, and now we're just looking forward to spring coming, and in spring that's when the flowers poke through the ground, just like hope pokes through this person. So I think I'm learning from this poem that we should never lose hope. That's what I learned from this poem. All right, so now what I want you to do, flip it over, flip. There's 2 poems here, and I'm going to give you a hint. I know exactly which poem has a couple of similes. The poem Hedgehog has a couple of similes. What I want you to do when you read the poem too is I want you to find one word that you don't know what it means, and I want you to look that up too, because it helps you to understand the poem a little bit better. All right, tomorrow your teacher is going to make sure that you found the 2 similes in the poem Hedgehog. So make sure you label it simile and then circle the 2 things being compared, just like I did in the surprise poem. Okay? Have a great night.